So last night, yeah, it's like hot, thirsty Thursday, and on my way back, I found, I got a lay on the sidewalk.
You got an LA.
Yeah.
Did she have any teeth?
Oh, no, I mean the little necklace. But the lady who gave it to me, no, she didn't have any teeth.
Oh, okay, that's fair. I did actually once get a blowjob from a girl that had no front teeth.
Is it as good as they say?
I was pretty drunk. That's probably why I kind of sobered up and snapped out of a blackout and realized I was getting a blowjob. And then she pops off and she smiles at me, and I'm like, "Oh, hello."
See, I think that's like, sometimes I think maybe like a healthy meth or crack addiction is like something that, it would just benefit all of those, those feminist types who they're tired of men telling them to smile all the time. 'Cause you don't get that if you got a mouthful of like black ash.
You smile once and they're like, hey, yeah, no, okay.
It's like, don't, you know what? Maybe you focus, whatever, like your dad. Think about your dad. There we go.
There's power in being ugly or being perceived crazy. There's power in that. There really honestly is, just depending on what you want to do with it. My Sifu, when I was training Wing Chun, he was like, I'll do anything to not get into a fight because I don't want to go to jail. So if I see, some dudes walking up, they look like they're going to mug me, I just start like fucking talking to myself and twitching and shit, and they never mug me. They never try and take my wallet.
Just fucking throw your hand right down in front of your pants and just itch a whole lot while you look at him like, huh?
Do you got the time?
I ain't itching. What can I help you with?
Anyway, so welcome everybody to the YouTube Saints. I'll be your tour guide, Schmeckel Finkelstein Funky Duck. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know.
He's a boat captain tonight, everybody.
I didn't actually think about that joke before I started saying it.
Yeah, no, I picked up on that.
Yeah, I think everybody else did too.
Yeah. He's got up on the nose.
A little bit.
Still, though, you do look like you're ready for a lovely vacation in Patterson, New Jersey.
Hey, Bar. Don't make fun of my Sifu. He's dead. We're gonna have ourselves a classic, old school fucking Chinese like showdown thing. Don't fucking insult my goddamn Sifu. He's fucking dead.
Yeah, because one of those guys, like, yeah, that whole avoiding fights shit don't really work out, you know. Fucking going. That's what happens when you challenge Jet Li. You think to yourself, well, he's like 67, got Parkinson's or some shit. No, he'll just fuck you up. Well, he's got some kind of medical problem now, doesn't he?
I haven't heard anything about him in a long ass time, but he was born in 63. So I can't do math.
66.
66? Shit.
Is that right? It's 2019 minus 10 years, 60, and he was born in 63. So that's 47 years. 47 years.
No.
Yeah, so yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he old.
Years.
Yeah.
We can't do math. We can't do math. This isn't the math saints.
No.
Jesus Christ.
He's going through nicotine fits, and I'm still just kind of fucking stupid. So.
Yeah, I'm still. And so the reason why the show, and I have to apologize to everybody, the reason why the show was delayed to begin with is because finally the quitting smoking constipation has finally lifted. And I shat like 12 pounds of shit right before the show was supposed to start. I just couldn't stop.
Prune juice for the moon juice.
Prune juice for the moon juice. I should have listened.
Yeah. Oh, that's a weird thing too, is because like, so I recommended he pick up some CBD to like help with his Nick fit, and so the other night we're having a chat, and I see Jeff with a fucking joint hanging out of his mouth. I'm like, okay.
It didn't work, by the way.
No.
Nah, I didn't do anything for the cravings. I mean, it was fine. It was interesting. It was like $3 at the fucking store.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Just pick up some heroin next time. Heroin.
Yeah. Eddie Monster says, I missed midweek because of work and I haven't had a chance to watch the VOD. But hey, I fell asleep at my computer tonight and then I farted and ate some pizza. Nice.
Oh, yeah, you're probably gonna want to watch. I don't know what happened, but you're probably gonna want to watch midweek over on Twitch, just because.
I think I fixed it.
Oh, you did? Well, I know, but like a huge chunk of the show got cut out.
Not like a huge chunk. No, not a huge chunk.
It looked like it was only an hour when I checked it out last night.
Let me go look real quick. Because all I had, they only claimed like a minute, and so
that was the weird thing though, because like so Thursday I get up with like a notification in the email. It's like your video has been copy claimed. I'm like, well, that's normal. And then I saw something saying like it's been blocked worldwide. Like, was it that bad?
Well, there was also the we got a copyright claim on the one with Salvia Eric for Rebecca Black's Friday. But we didn't actually play Rebecca Black's Friday. We played the From Hell remix of Rebecca Black's Friday.
Yeah, that was good. Does she own that too?
Oh my god, did it fucking not upload right and only upload part of it? Fucking shit, man. What the fuck?
Banner week, guys. Banner week. I still want us to participate in the and by the way, if any of you guys make any videos at all, or you just want to do some fun, if you've got a monetized channel especially, right?
I'm kind of retarded.
Pull down the recent song from Arlnauts, like Mortality Fight.
I still haven't seen that yet.
Okay, the song's really good. In fact, you know what? I mean, we're not expecting to really keep any ad revenue from this episode, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Fucking.
Okay. At some point tonight, we should just pull that up and play it. It's a fun song by Arlnauts, and here's the really cool thing about it. So if you do that, it will auto claim that song and the monetization for it, right?
Right.
The idea is don't fight it, because what they're doing is their copyright claim challenge. So all of the claimed money, because they had a previous song that sounded or was based loosely on the Mortal Kombat song, and apparently whoever owns that is not too, they're not so ashamed that they won't claim it. So they put this song out. They claim they want everyone out there to use it. They will claim the revenue for it, and every dime of revenue that they get, they're going to put towards a program for inner city arts.
No shit.
Yeah, really cool thing.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm totally down for that. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's a fun song too.
I mean, we don't really make that much ad revenue on our fucking shows, so like,
no.
whatever. Who fucking cares? Little bit to help. That's a great idea.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
I'm, and then I mean, I've found like I'm not as worried about that ever since I found out you don't have to like sell an entire organ; you could just sell a part of it. So I've been keeping myself, in the black that way. You only need one kidney, right?
I am so pissed that fucking I stayed up late getting the fucking midweek fixed,
Stayed up
and
all night.
not all night, but like later than I wanted to. I was fucking tired as shit the next day. It sucks,
Yeah.
dude. Man, fuck all that noise.
Yeah, I ain't arguing with you. But yeah,
Oh,
the
I have a
yeah,
pineapple. The world can't be that bad.
yeah. I mean that copy, and also like
Mhm.
it was a good reminder of that copyright claim. By the way, before Jeff's champagne glitter disco pineapple drinks get too far to his head and I just forget like I tend to. There is an event coming up
Oh
in
yeah.
August.
yeah. Let me get that thing all prepped up.
Yep, Mythicist is holding a one-day event in New Jersey, just about 20 minutes south of Philly. And we struck a deal with them so that if you decide you want to go, and we will both probably be there. It's too close to me for me to just do my normal thing where I'm like, no, I'm gonna go. No.
Now you're going.
So, yeah, let's $200 to get there and back. Why not? So we will both be there, and we will be having our own special meetups and shit. We could probably, I'm very familiar with Philly. We could probably go meet up with Dieter Lukum, who may or may not live in the area. And the great thing is that if you go here, if you decide you want to come, if you get a ticket and you use the promo code Saints, oh my God, I never thought I'd get to say that.
Yeah, it's weird,
I'll be
huh?
honest with you.
Yeah, is it Saints or YouTube
I'm
Saints?
kind of retarded.
I think it's just Saints. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
promo
Saints.
code Saints, you save 10%
15?
on ticket. 15%.
Or is it 10?
Is it 10?
I don't fucking know.
You save somewhere in the range of 10 to 15% on the ticket.
You save money.
Yeah.
No, it's 10%. It's 10%. And
Okay, yeah.
the little bit that we get kicked down from that, we are then going to use for our travel expenses to get there because we don't get free flights out there. But yeah, it's cool.
I was going to try a unicycle, but then I remembered I have terrible balance.
Yeah.
7 hours in a bus, so that'd be like 2.5, 3 days on a bicycle. But then I'd be in Jersey on a bicycle.
That is better. Yeah, I don't. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm not really excited about it being in New Jersey, for one. Like, that does kind of bug me. But the thing is, we know the Mythicist Milwaukee guys put on a really good fucking, a really good convention. So I'm totally down for going.
I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah, and I'll be honest. I mean, I don't
good
particularly
Jersey.
care for a lot of the people going, but a lot of the other people who are going, I'm like, I like quite a bit. So there's going to be a number of people there. I'm going to look forward to hanging out with, seeing you guys can come and see. Like Dankyo is going to be there. Karen Strawn, you can find out what kind of chatty cat she really is, because yeah, you can say hello, and then the time will just fly by. Yeah, I love Karen for that. But also, and here's another thing to keep in mind, Jeff. You ever been to Jersey?
No.
No? Okay, well, it's like, so that part of Jersey is actually rather nice as long as you don't fall into like Trenton. But Jersey also has some of like the best diners, and like they specialize in diners.
Okay.
Like 24-hour fucking chrome front diners.
Okay.
And they're fucking everywhere. And then of course getting into Philly itself, to go to like going down to like Jim's Steaks down on South Street. South Street is to Philadelphia what Bourbon Street is to New Orleans. It gets pretty fucking wild, and it's pretty good time.
I'm not opposed to going and like seeing Philly or anything like that. It's just weird. I'm tired of people throwing conventions on the East Coast. The East Coast sucks. Like, I just know.
What the fuck are you talking about? Every other fucking worthwhile convention goes on in the West Coast, and I just watch all of my friends get to go to this shit, and I'm
They're
like,
all in LA. LA is fine because every airport goes to LA. Every airport goes to LA. Every single fucking one. So there's literally no reason why it's not a bad one to go to. Like, I wouldn't mind a convention in Chicago because every airport goes to Chicago. Or Denver, every airport goes to Denver. Totally fine with that. But Jersey?
Anyway, we're hoping it's a good time, and if you guys feel like coming through for a meetup, it's the end of August, and there will be a form of Saints meetup also because it's a 1 day event, and it really wouldn't make sense for I'd say either of us just to fly in for 1 day and then leave.
No, we'll be there for a couple days.
And it's over the weekend too, so much like we did at Kilroy, except ideally with working broadband. Yeah,
We'll do an episode of the Saints from
we'll
Jersey.
yeah, and we could have ourselves not only a live audience, but much like we do in like midweek, we could actually just you guys could just sit in a room with us off camera, and then I'll just close my eyes and throw my beer can, and whoever gets dinged is the next guest. Something like that.
This is a great idea.
It is not bad.
This is a fantastic idea. Pineapple Summer 2.0, hell yeah, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, so did Mems get like a collection of those?
We got 2 just like this. It looks a little weird because it's green and it's not picking up on the...
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a disco ball.
Yeah, no, it's like, here, hang on. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty beautiful.
It's an amazing cup. It's an amazing sippy cup.
Amazing.
Amazing sippy cup. Oh, yeah, it's like gold.
Mm-hmm.
It's the golden pineapple.
Amazing.
When you're done with your drink, you can fashion it to a bit of wood and call it a trophy. So I did see. So you found a hawk rental, huh?
No, there's a Raptor Center here in town.
That you gonna
That
steal one?
No, I'm pretty sure I can talk them into, or through a generous donation, they'll let me recreate a David Hasselhoff picture with a hawk. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, explain that. Be like, hey, can I get a picture of the hawk? And they'll be like, oh, you like a picture with the hawk here? No. I gotta come back. I gotta go get my leather.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. It's gonna be glorious.
I'm the king of Xanadu.
The problem is the fucking jacket. The jacket is like $160 fucking dollars just to recreate this one picture.
You want to know the fucked up and kind of hilarious, kind of sad thing too? Because of the nature of what New Hampshire is, I don't think I need to go too in depth on that anymore.
Okay.
But with all the bikers, we have more bikers in this state than any other state per capita. Those jackets are in just about every thrift store.
Really?
Yeah, I'll even try. I'll even see if I can like pop up to like the Salvation Army or Goodwill later this week. Because every time I've gone in to one of these places, which is where I get, well, I'll be honest, it's where I get most of my clothing.
Right.
Yeah, I'll like look to see what kind of like leathers they have, and yeah, there's like always fuck tons of those tasseled, badged
Fringe. Yeah, dude. Okay.
Jackets,
Okay. Yeah. I will.
Actually, JT's in the chat. He could check in Maine too.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely. Like, cause if you guys find the perfect leather jacket to recreate the like, and here, like, so we understand. Hasselhoff with an eagle. I think it's an eagle. I think it was an eagle. All right. Just so we understand what we're working with here, right? If you are out and about in the world and you find this fucking, you find this jacket, immediately contact me and I will PayPal you the money for you to buy it and send it to me, as long as it's cheap. As long as it's cheap.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I know I've seen jackets very similar to that at least.
I need to recreate this picture. I don't know why. I just do.
Probably because I suggested it when we were looking at it the other day, and
that might be why. I'm very
kind of what an executive producer does. I'm like Kid Notorious, like, hey, it's a great idea. You should just do this.
I'm very impressionable, man. I'm very, very easily like manipulated into doing things that make absolutely no sense. So, yeah.
I know. We've been at it for almost 2 years.
Oh yeah! Wow. When was our first episode ever? Do you remember? I'm kind of
March.
I can find out.
Of 2017.
No.
Yeah.
That would mean that we've done it for over 2 years then.
Well, actually, wait a second, because we can just do. Wait, no, that's
date
math.
added by oldest. The very first one, the consumer advocacy special, was March 20th, 2017. We've been doing this for over 2 years. What the fuck? Oh my god.
That's how you get old, you see. You don't
Yeah.
notice the time slipping by while you desperately rake and claw at the face of media success,
shit.
hoping that you can get at least some of its sweat and gristle under your fingernails so that when it all goes away, you can just, where'd it go?
Yeah. No, that's crazy. So, like, here, do you have your My Circle open?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, what the fuck is happening with this shit?
Oh, yeah.
Turn that one off.
I don't know if you want to play the intro, though, because people might start accusing us of having something to do with that whole New Zealand thing.
No, I think I'll skip that for sure. But, well, I mean, just so they understand what we're talking about.
Yeah. If you missed this, go back and watch it. I look back on that and I'm like, what happened to me?
It was a hell of a time, man. It really was a hell of a time. Let's see.
I do love the intro, though.
It is great.
Oh, shit. Is this really happening? This is really happening. Okay, so... Yeah, well...
Oh, yeah, no, that's you talking in there. That's not even... Okay.
Welcome here to the, well, it's basically the pirate... No, not pirate. It's the pilot episode of YouTube saying
We're so young!
that clean fucking haircut. My God.
We're so young. What the
He looks like he could get a regular job.
Yeah.
He never does. Spoilers.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my god. That's fucking crazy. And then as the night progressed, things got weird. Yeah, like you busted out your eye
can't
patch.
find my eye patch.
You can't find your eye patch? Oh my god.
It's around here somewhere. I just don't know where.
Man. Yeah, a long time ago. That's
fun.
fun.
So back in better days.
Yeah.
When men were men and dames was dames, and sometimes men was dames too.
You were in the same apartment you're in now, right?
Oh yeah, no, it actually. So like when I look over to my right, yeah, at my monitor screen, that's where my whole office used to be, and so like that wall would be what you're seeing, and then green screen happened, and so now I'm a professional.
Your entire living room is nothing but a studio.
Yeah, pretty much. So some people are like, why don't you like set it up so people can hang here? It's like, because I live alone for a reason. Because I don't fucking like you. Go home.
Yeah, no, that's fucking hilarious. Holy shit. What a crazy ass time. Where does the time go? Yeah, I need to catch up with this shit.
Yeah, catch up with that shit and then we'll get to news.
Giovanna Liviana says the breakfast of champions, coffee, cigarettes, and a handful of pills. Oh my god. Well, I got a video clip I'll have to look at in a little bit. Addy Monster says, Jeff, how's your goody hole? It's good. It's fine. I just, it's fine. Anyway, Moon says, great, Nick. You just triggered the dream image I had earlier of a horde of Karen Straughns terrorizing Chicago, a la the Warriors to JoJo music. It was brutal and would make the beard-barian blush. No worries, Jeff. I'm too broke for clips tonight. Good. Yami says, I heard midweek got claimed. I thought it was because God and Eve was like, what happens at that house stays at that house, or it's the fake hawk, stupid stuffed hawk. Yeah, maybe that too.
Yeah, it's like we just end up getting claimed by David Hasselhoff. Not even a copy claim. He just wants to take down when we show the hamburger video.
Oh, my God. Addy Monster says there's a secret cheat code to make invincible for demonetization. Or invincible to demonetization. All you have to do is go to the saintsmerch.com and enter promo code Mr. Hands and then ask your parents about interspecies relations and make sure you butt juggle your uncle's meat missile.
Addy's in fine form tonight, huh?
Addy Monster says, I'm delirious from lack of sleep and too many whiskey. Here's $1. And did you know that if you email your lewds to your boss, you have a 50-50 chance of getting a raise or getting fired? I'll let you know how it turns out for me, lol.
It's I mean, it could be something of a bonding experience or a blackmail experience, because despite the fact that they maybe didn't ask for it, you can still let everybody else who works at the company know that for some reason they've got them on their hard drive. It's like, how do you know? Well, I hacked the boss's email, and that's when you found the lewds. No, that's just when I posted them there.
Jesus Christ. All right. Where are we at? We're right here. Okay. All right. Let's get into some news. Fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of people sending unsolicited gross shit to their boss, the Pope's in the news.
Yeah, sure is.
Well, not the old Pope, the Nazi Pope, the old Nazi Pope.
Yeah, the creepy fucking Pope.
Yeah, the Pope Palpatine, the second. It's heresy then.
It's treason. I get it now. Oh, that's a very clever joke. Okay.
Yep. See, absence of God, the sexual revolution, the swinging 60s, and the formation of homosexual cliques in seminaries are to blame.
Homosexual cliques.
Homosexual cliques in the Catholic seminaries. Is to blame for the church's rampant sex abuse scandals. Retired Pope Nazi Palpatine the 19th said to someone in a 6,000-word essay published Thursday in the German monthly Klerusblatt. Sounds right. I'm sure Katz and Lady will correct me. The Catholic News Agency and in other conservative media, the former pontiff tranced the start. Wow, really? Tranced the start. Do you guys not employ fucking editors? Good God. Tranced the start of the clergy abuse to when sex began to appear in films in his native Bavaria.
What the fuck was that goddamn sentence? Hang on.
Try again.
In the 6,000-word essay, the former pontiff tranced the start of the clergy abuse to when sex began to appear in films in his native Bavaria. Stroke.
Okay,
stroke.
I maybe fucked it up myself, but he also blamed the crisis on failures of moral theology in that area and slammed church laws in place that gave protection to priests accused of abuse. So it sounds like he was hedging his bets there. He's like, well, they wouldn't have been raping kids so much if it hadn't been for all that sexy hoo-ha nonsense in German films, which, when I say it that way, never mind. But yeah, and then he's like, but also we didn't do a good enough job like keeping laws in place, because all those pedophile priests, if you told them not to, that would have stopped it dead in its fucking tracks. Why did
that's one thing? That's the one true weakness of all Catholic priests. Scorn.
Yeah, scorn and yeah, because I mean, there's nothing that is more alien to a Catholic than shame.
Oh my God, I know. God.
So,
holy shit.
Why did the pedophilia reach such proportions? Ultimate. The reason is the absence of God, Benedict wrote. Yeah, I gotta wonder what God was, I mean, he must have been in the bathroom when all of those kids were being violated because, omnipotence and shit. Perhaps it is worth mentioning that not in a few seminaries, students caught reading my books were considered unsuitable for priesthood. My books were hidden away like bad literature and read only under the desk.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
What?
This is it's a little. Let's continue.
I didn't know he wrote books.
Apparently, I mean, maybe it was like a side job. Maybe it was like a side hobby while he was in the Hitler Youth or something. I don't know. The conservative theologian said during the 1980s and 1990s, quote, the right to a defense for priests was so broad to make a conviction nearly impossible. Well, also, you fucking people were covering it up left and right. And it's one of these things, like, people love making fun of, like, like those Islamic backwaters where if they're not, like, banging dancing boys, they're having their way with sheep or goats. And it's almost like, and I mean, hear me out here. It's a really fucking weird idea, but it's almost like if you put a bunch of mammals into an environment where you strictly forbid them from ever having sex or getting their rocks off in any way, and then you put them in charge of a whole bunch of children, a whole bunch of people who might actually be interested in diddling kids are going to gravitate towards that shit anyway because they know when they're caught, they'll just get a better job somewhere else. I don't know. As Cardinal Ratzinger, Benedict spearheaded reforms from those laws in 2001 to make it easier to remove priests who abuse children. Oh, that's nice.
Good for him.
He took a hard line against clerical sex abuse as the Vatican's conservative doctrine chief, and later as Pope, defrocked hundreds of priests accused of raping and molesting children. Okay, good on you.
Yeah, good on Pope Benedict.
Very good, Palpatine. Yes. Oh, Benedict.
Said it.
Essay was criticized as catastrophically irresponsible because it conflicts with the efforts by his successor, Pope Francis, to lead the church out of the abuse crisis. Benedict, who retired in 2013, turns 92, also blamed the scandal on the clerical culture in the church that raises priests above worshippers. Well, I mean, that's another kind of very Catholic thing. It's not about the people, it's about the church. The essay was criticized by historians, including Christopher Bellotto, who questioned if Benedict was being manipulated by others. He is 92, so you never know.
Might have a Stan Lee thing going on.
Yeah, he said the essay omitted the critical conclusions that arose from the Pope's February sex abuse summit in Rome, including that, quote, abusers were priests along the ideological spectrum, that abuse predated 1960, that it is a global and not simply Western problem, that homosexuality is not the issue in pedophilia. Can't argue with that. Yeah. And yeah, let's just admit that, you know, it's a bad situation. You know, you give these people power, you give them responsibility, you give them authority over children, you tell them never get your rocks off. And I'm sure out there are there are probably a majority of priests who are fucking just believe in something silly but really want to help the world. But the fact that, like, it's gone on this fucking long, and it's almost like we're still in the age of the Borgias or something, where where the church somehow maintains this inscrutable power, where you need to get like a writ from God himself before you can do anything about the shit that they're up to.
Okay, here's the problem. This is the big problem with this. So he says in this, why did pedophilia reach such proportions? Ultimate, the reason is the absence of God. Okay, well, how in the fucking shit of Christ, of dripping ballsack of the Holy Ghost, do priests experience an absence of God? People who literally dedicate their whole lives to God have an absence of God somehow, and that's what makes them want to diddle a bunch of fucking kids? How?
Only when they get an erection, you see.
Oh, I see.
God's really creeped out by the sight of a boner.
The sexual revolution of the swingin' 60 formation of homosexual cliques in seminaries are to blame for the Catholic Church's rampant sex abuse scandals. So oh my fucking fuck.
You know, here's a funny thing about it too, and this actually kind of relates to New Hampshire. So the Archbishop, I don't know if he still is, but for the longest time, the Archbishop of the Catholic Church here in New Hampshire was openly gay, right? And the Archbishop of the New Hampshire diocese was openly gay, which was like weird, crazy controversy, naturally. But you know, we're 90 miles north of Boston, and the Archdiocese of Boston, as we all know, had plenty of that kitty diddling shit going on. And if memory serves, the Archbishop here, the gay Archbishop that we had in New Hampshire, was kind of front and center on the whole fuck these people, fuck them in their dumb, stupid faces. Let's deal with this now. And I mean, again, if memory serves, I'm not a fucking Catholic, so I don't follow. But yeah, but then it's weird to see this kind of shit. Like, you know, there's a huge section of the clergy that's like, well, we wouldn't be diddling kids if we could just eradicate homosexuality. Yeah.
I'm kind of retarded.
No, you still would. Oh yeah. Because pedophilia has nothing to do with whether you're gay or not. It just does not. Sorry. Not how that shit works. No way. Well, I got another thing we'll look at when it comes to religion here in just a second. Donnie says, howdy, I'm late. I hope Jeff isn't still mad about making him do more work today during his stream. Love you, Jeff. Love you, Jeff. Ooh, yeah, I know. Pfft. Still Torrin says, you both have liver damage, brain damage too for Jeff's old pictures. Probably. Yeah, probably. Anyone says, I went to Catholic school when I was little, and reading under the desk meant something entirely different. Lol. Cries and hugs knees and covers my no-no place. And also says, did the Catholic Church just try to pull a reverse Kevin Spacey?
Oh.
I choose now to live my life as a heterosexual diocese.
I now choose to live my life as a gay religion.
Yeah, I mean, you know, fine. Like the fucking Pope is a hardliner trying to get rid of like the sexual abuse stuff. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad that he's doing that. He's still a dick. He's a dick, and there's a huge fucking problem in his nut house. I'm sorry, like I don't know. I just get so fucking irritated about this shit.
Well, it's the thing, you know. It's the sort of it's the classic sort of fucking problem, though. It's there's a massive, very serious problem with kind of obvious roots, right? Like and that's why we keep hearing debates about like should we let priests, should they let priests marry and have families? Yeah,
we should. Yeah. Let's do that.
Let's do that, because the worst. The worst thing that can happen from that is they get their rocks off in their spouses rather than other people's children.
Yeah.
But what do I know? I'm just some dumbass atheist. I'll wait for Dean has me to weigh in. He's always got a sharp mind about these things.
Speaking of insufferable religious cunts, so the vigilant Christian Mario, he quit. Oh, but he actually needed to make one more video, but then he's gonna quit and totally go to rehab, guys. This has already been covered by Drunken Peasants, but it's so good. I just want to watch a little bit of it.
I'm down.
What happened? Do you know the story of what happened to Mario?
Not a clue.
Okay, there had already been rumors
know who this person is.
Going around. Oh, okay. Mario is the kind of guy who is a very prolific and very popular Christian YouTuber who would shit all over people, act high and fucking mighty. Just an absolute intolerable jackass to everybody. It's the worst kind of person. Worst kind of, like, Christian YouTuber. So YouTubers are Christian, they're totally fine. But this dude is a dick.
Well, you're kind of describing what sounds like the perfect recipe for a YouTuber in general.
I know. Yeah. Which is why he was so good at what he did. But there were already rumors for a while that he maybe did some suspicious things in his spare time. And then this girl released all of her DMs that she'd been having with him, where not only was he saying, "Hey, come on over, we can get lit, we can get hammered and fuck." I think he even mentioned something about weed, but then says like, "Yeah, me and my buddy, we could both fuck you at the same time, and maybe fuck each other too, haha." And so this is how things blew up.
Wow.
He came out with this 2 days ago. This is his full confession. I have a select little bit here, so let's listen to this.
Receive this validation coming back from the photos.
Hang on, I need to fuck with the volume stuff real quick.
I'll turn it down on my end. That way it's not super loud.
Oh, it's not even the problem.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, this is gross, and there's a lot of shame. I'm gonna try and get through this.
Is he doing this in a quality
therapy? I don't know if you can tell. I'm
sorry. What?
Is he recording this in like a Quality Inn somewhere by the air, like a Motel 6 by the airport?
It looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah. He's like on a waiting list to go in for a rehab facility, a Christian rehab facility, and he says he's gonna be in there for like 9 months. And like,
he's trying to avoid a child support suit.
Maybe, I don't know, man. You know that fucking meme where that one dude's fucking hair, they like paste it on top of somebody's head and then make it the crying face? He looks perpetually like that in this video. It's amazing.
He does kind of look like a crying Brendan Fraser a little bit with a half wave going on.
He does, yeah. All right, you're gonna get a fucking kick out of this. It's something special.
But I need therapy. Like, I don't know if you can tell, I'm broken to the end here. This stuff breaks you. So don't get caught up in this garbage. Trust me. Run, kids, run. Run from this, because this is what happens. Just emptiness and brokenness and being lost.
I can't remember what he's admitted to just now. I'll fill in what it is, but I know he definitely hasn't admitted the best part. The best part is
I look at this and I can't tell if I want to take the audio from this and dub it over my Instagram got deleted girl, or take her audio and dub it over his video.
Oh, both good.
So I would start receiving validation from the messages, and this would temporarily fill.
Oh, sexting. Yeah, he'd be sexting with people and sending pictures, and he'd get pictures.
That void in my heart. And Oh, okay, this is not going to be easy. I've also been a love and relationship addict. I don't know if you guys understand what that is, but basically because there's a wound in my heart, because I'm not healed, I'm seeking through a relationship, love, sex, to give me a sense of validation, comfort, intimacy that only God
I'm kind of retarded.
can provide. And my sex addictions got worse and worse and progressed continuously worse and worse.
This is great.
What started off as sexting and camming. Oh, man, okay. Here it is.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
I've called escorts.
Fuck yeah, bro. Big up.
Yeah, dude.
Pound it,
Yeah,
man.
bro. What's up, dude? Come on, man.
I've gotten so lonely and needed companionship so bad. I've called an escort.
Yeah, dude. What up? Fuck yeah, bro. Bound it, bro. I wish I could rolled it back just a little bit earlier. He's like, the hardest to deal with was my addiction to cocaine. Vigilant Christian Mario, the pinnacle of how you're supposed to behave of all things holy. Hookers and blow, baby, hookers and blow. It's just a lifestyle. We got hookers and blow.
He's living the life fantastique there, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a Ginger Moosh film.
You look a little rough, Mario. I think you should go get yourself a line and a fucking whore.
Yeah, maybe like let someone put their pinky up your butt and just fiddle around in there. You feel better. You feel right as rain in no time, bub.
Yeah, no, like that's all it is. He used escorts, and I mean, I guess maybe he actually does have a substance abuse problem. I don't know. Maybe he does. You know.
Listen, as somebody myself who is rather familiar with prostitutes and cocaine,
Same.
you know, the thing is, Mario, if you want to get on the road to healing, you got to start by just admitting that you fucking love hookers and blow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and once you're comfortable with that, then, you know, everything else kind of falls into place.
Yeah. Then you get better hookers and better blow.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
you end
everything's
up,
I'll be
fine.
honest with you.
yeah, you get verified on all your social
I'm kinda
media. You get a record deal. Who knows?
It's so good, man. It's so good. I absolutely love it. That was one of the funny, one of the best things I've seen in a week.
Well, this is one of the things. I mean, like, there seems to be like two sorts of, like, I guess you can almost call it like moral posturing people can do. There's the shit he does, you know. It's the I am so holy,
Yeah.
I'm put together, and shame on all of you for doing bad shit. And then there's the other one where you're just like, I do all that shit too. You're just a fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
Which, well, that's kind of our bag, you know.
Sure. Well, don't get me wrong. And here's the thing too. Like, if Mario was, there's like maybe 3 or 4 people who are YouTubers
I'm gonna be
who
honest
this
with
kind
you.
of thing is actually genuinely kind of funny.
kinda
Genuinely kind of
retarded.
funny. Mario has been such a dick for so long to so many people. I don't know. I get a fucking kick out of it because, and also, I didn't even play you the best part. Throughout this whole fucking video, he's still preaching. He's still preaching. Like, the reason why he is getting clean is because of God. And God wants him to go through this addiction so that he can get clean, so that he can come back, so that he can preach to all the other addicts.
That's the problem there. See, that's the
Yeah.
fucking problem. And here's the other question, though, too. I mean, if this is like, you know, and I'm not even gonna question if it's legit or not. I bet you, he's probably got like, he probably loves his cocaine, he probably loves his hookers, all that shit, right? He loves
Sure.
to sin like every other warm-blooded fucking mammal.
Yeah.
The question is though, is like if it was this serious business of like I'm going to get rehab and treatment for this, you know, thing of mine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do that video? Like, why?
Yeah.
I mean, even, yeah, I mean, like, you know, with whatever's going on, like, you know, even, like, for instance, like, you know, fucking Medicare knows enough to just fake an illness and then just disappear, fuck off for a while.
Yeah.
This guy makes this, like, crying-ass video.
I think
Why?
he's rebranding. I think this is like a very epic, long marketing and rebranding technique.
Mm.
I mean, he's stuck with it anyway. He has to do something. Like, people found out that he's a fucking sex freak, and he likes to do all the drugs.
Probably a little too old to get into seminary school and read books under the table.
Well, there's also no YouTube market for reformed partiers who used to be obnoxious Christian jackasses.
Well, it's the funniest. It's
very small market.
Funny. Well, it's the other side to it though too. Is like it's funny because I've been listening to old Hitchens debates recently, right? To get the old noggin spin, remembering that, hey, there are intellectual speeches on YouTube. You just have to look for them. And with that, it's like, even this one priesty kind of super Christian evangelical dude who was debating said, like, one of the biggest problems with Christianity is Christians.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And one of the big, we hear all about, like, from especially the evangelical set, right, how we need to, crack down on homosexuality, right? Because the gays are just coming for your kids, unlike the priests who have problems with ejaculation.
Sure.
And with this, though, I mean, like, why don't we ever hear more people talking about how Christ was always talking about, hey, your faith is kind of supposed to be like your thing. Like, you don't need to go around showing everyone what a great Christian you are, because, it's like when you're powerful. If you're really powerful, you don't have to spend all day talking about how powerful you are.
Like, and the other thing, too, when it comes to, you have to understand, in the context of who Mario is, this is not the first time Mario has cried. Mario uses his tears and his crying as a weapon. He's done this for years. He'll do videos where he talks about how evil people who abort their children are and how they're going to hell, and how he just feels so bad for the little babies, and then busts into fucking tears and starts praying.
Yeah, it sounds like a show.
Yeah, and then the next video, he's talking all about some crazy fucking conspiracy shit. And then the next one, he's back to crying about how these godless people are this or that. No, No. There is no part of me that thinks anything that has anything to do with the Vigilant Christian Mario is even remotely fucking sincere. The dude is full of shit. Totally.
Then again, but then again, I mean, if you're finding people, espousing other people's beliefs that they've adopted on the internet, chances are good. I mean, when I say the word internet preacher, it doesn't exactly inspire, pardon the pun, a whole lot of faith.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Still Torrance says Nick's hair looks particularly choir boyish today. Indeed. Crab90, maybe we should mail a bunch of care packages filled with sex toys to the Vatican as a way to console them all with their sexual urges. At the very least, I'll find a use for all the handcuffs the next time the kids visit. Ow. Ooh. Ah. Oof. Ooh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Addie says, I'm sorry you got caught trying to fuck tween-age thoughties, Caucasian filthy Frank. P.S. How many chromosomes did your Mead notebook cost? Wow. Oh, dear. But, also, kind of Caucasian filthy Frank. I can kind of see it. Yeah.
A little bit. I mean, and this is no insult to Eric, because we love Eric here, but if you smash Pineapple Eric together with Crying Brendan Fraser,
that's Vigilant Christian Mario. Yeah. Donnie says, sorry, I just got here, but I gotta bounce already. I'm tired of beating kids at practice tonight. Wait, what? Oh, from beating kids at practice tonight, take that how you will. Have a good one, everyone. Kids. I don't. Anyway, Addy Monster says, bruh, I punish the Pope like 50 times a day. I promise it's okay if you just spackle the back of a tranny escort. You'll feel better. Feel better, my dude. Let me tell you, Jesus ain't the way, but squeezing the weasel will set you free. Squeezing the fucking weasel, dude. Yeah.
I really, I want to start a public awareness campaign of Catholics for frequent masturbation.
Yeah.
Like just say you're sorry when you're done. So, you hop in the shower like the rest of us. You scrub the shame off and whack one out, and then go, just sit in the confessional by yourself as the priest and be like, I have sinned. I touched a penis. And it was a fully grown one.
All I know is I've said for years that I wanted to party with the Vigilant Christian Mario and teach him how to do crazy drugs. It turns out he already knew how to do
kinda
crazy
retarded.
drugs, so that's less that I have to do. Good for me. Still Torrance says, Mario's so amazingly gay, I'm surprised anyone calls him anything else. I feel sorry for him. What we should do is help him be himself. Let him go of his retarded closet. There must be a way by now to get a closeted Christian out of the closet. There must. Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of the thing, too, is you have to wonder about the psychology of somebody like Mario. You know, does he try and suppress the urges that he naturally feels inside of himself using the armor of his faith? You know, is him acting out when he goes into a crisis and he just starts drinking his ass off and fucking blowing huge lines of cocaine up his nose and blasting
his
fucking
dick off to
fistfuls of man chowder on some prostitute?
Just digging those gifs of what's his name, Julio. What was it?
Ricardo,
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, hey, wait a second. Now, correlation does not equal causation, but do you think maybe like he just has Ricardo gifs as a screensaver?
Oh, I should. I don't know, but I should. I love Ricardo. More Ricardo memes sent to me, please. But that's just the thing, though, is he probably wouldn't freak out and go so far with his substance and prostitute abuse if he didn't devote himself body and soul into an extremely oppressive religion to the point where he's suppressing his own natural urges. There are plenty of people who are Christian and religious, but they still manage to have fun, so they don't have to go into like a whirlwind crisis mode and fucking, Scarface it up and fuck a bunch of prostitutes.
Well, it's like, I mean, I did a video, I think like a month or two ago, about the power of taboo, right?
Mm-hmm.
How the easiest way to get someone to do something is to tell them they can't and shouldn't, and you can be sure they will do it. And it's this notion between the Catholics, between the Catholic sex scandals, between this rather routine thing of media preachers being found to either be absolute money-hungry, opportunistic charlatans or sex pests like Mario, or both, right? And it really does seem that there's a bit of a connection between, repression. And as somebody who's like struggled with his drinking, right? And I've actually done really good at tamping down on that and getting it under control, because it got out of control for quite a while. You will all know that if you've watched me on YouTube for more than 2 years. And when you repress a thing, when you tell yourself that this habit, this impulse, this thing you like to do, this indulgence is something that you shouldn't do, and it's so bad, your consistent freaking out about your draw to it draws you into it more. And so if you allow yourself, if you accept the fact that you have a taste for liquor or a taste for women, or you like the smell of that cocaine, if you can accept that, it becomes a lot easier to control it rather than just suppressing it every goddamn day of your life. 'Cause then you just fucking explode and you go on coke benders and shit.
And that's always good. Jabel says, I'm gonna where was it? Speaking of armor of the Bible, I think I'm gonna host a rabbit watching Bible Man tonight. That'd be pretty good. I've been thinking for a while though, we need to do a Saints movie night and we need to watch Food Fight.
I'm not even familiar with that film.
You shouldn't be. Most people probably have never seen it. It's a movie so bad they canceled its distribution. It is one of the worst films ever fucking produced. I don't think it actually even came out on DVD. Maybe it did, but then they like recalled it because it was that bad. It's an animated movie, and it actually has an all-star cast, but it is so fucking bad.
Wait a second. This was made in like the last 10, 15 years?
Yeah, oh yeah. It wasn't made that long ago.
There's like these echoes of a memory of something related to that. So I think let's call it a Saturday night thing.
Maybe. I got some shit this weekend. We'll see. But here, just as an appetizer.
Oh, you found the trailer.
Christopher Lloyd's greatest work. Oh yeah. This is so fucking terrible, dude.
He's dynamic.
Oh boy.
He's dramatic.
Wait, yeah.
He's the big...
No, it's vaguely coming back.
In 2012.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dog
Dex Detective is back in the house.
that always runs to the rescue.
I still got it.
Charlie Sheen is Dex.
Yep. Charlie Sheen.
When in doubt, just do the right thing.
With Hilary Duff.
Listen, tough guy, doesn't mean that I couldn't kick your butt.
This is called Food Fight. Food Fight.
Eva Longoria.
Eva Longoria. Oh my God. Huh?
She's survived. She survived. No public coke benders or the like yet.
Yeah.
I've got a hot case for you.
Wayne Brady.
I'm your best friend, Daredevil Dan.
And Christopher Lloyd.
Somebody ordered a recall.
The Super Slick.
Got milk?
Do I look like the Dairy Queen to you?
Oh, it's so bad, man.
You know, the great thing is, too, we could probably play this entire thing and not get copy struck because whoever owns it would never want anyone knowing that.
I am really, really excited. I really, really want to watch this so bad. Why this is fucking 2012? Why does it have the animation of a 90s Christian movie? Look, here this having seen selected portions of this movie, the CGI in this is on par with the old cartoon reboot. It's that bad.
And the original one, too, not the
original.
Not the sequel one where the little kid's all grown up and some badass mercenary living on the internet.
No, it's like 1994 reboot. Yeah.
It's like from the makers of Bratz comes Food Fight.
Yeah. Oh my God.
First Luke.
Clean up on aisle 1.
Is about to tackle
Yo, Dex,
They're building an entire army.
his biggest case ever.
let's get him.
I do have an idea.
It's our food.
I love this guy.
Fight! It's a battle.
It took 12 years to make. That fucking explains it. That fucking explains it. That's amazing.
Watch, it was like originally supposed to be a live action film starring all these same actors. Directed by Robert Zemeckis.
Yeah. With musical selections from Randy Newman. Dog needs to fight the war. Going to throw some food.
But I wasn't gonna go with Randy Newman on that voice. It sounds more like Louis, like what is it, Louis Armstrong or something?
Oh, I don't fucking whatever. You know me voices.
Food fight.
Anyway, yeah, we should watch that movie soon.
You got a bread in me.
Addy wants to says, fuck it, I'll take one for the team. What's this guy's address? I'll take him hand in hand to the wild side. Embrace hedonism. Fuck traps and do crazy drugs. Then clean yourself up and go to work on Monday like the rest of us. Goddamn right. That's what it means to be an American, okay? That's what America is all about. That's what it was founded on. Fucking hot traps, doing fat fucking rails off their ass cheeks, and then going to work in the morning and acting like everything is totally fine.
We need to send Ella Grant his way and just make sure that she, like, at some point says, "No, honey, I'm gonna show you your final form."
Addy also says, look up the story of Food Fight. It was completely finished. All the audio was recorded, and while it was being rendered in 3D, the original project files were stolen. Production halted, and it went into limbo. Then they shipped this out last minute. Truth. No way.
That was like somebody found out what the film was, and they were trying to, like, save everyone from it. It was like a humanitarian effort.
I wonder if anybody ever found the original project files. That'd be fascinating. Wow. Okay. Anyway, we got more news. Will you start reading this one? I'm gonna go re-up on my pineapple.
Yeah, you guys know all about this already. So yeah, Julian Assange. Good old Randy Quaid there. He's got his ass arrested and booted out of the Ecuadorian embassy. He took refuge there in 2012. The same year Food Fight was released. He wasn't trying to escape prosecution, guys. Holy shit. Julian Assange, he was just trying to escape that film. To avoid extradition to Sweden over a sexual assault case that has since been dropped. The Westminster Magistrates Court on Thursday. At Westminster Magistrate Court on Thursday, he was found guilty of failing to surrender to the court. Now he faces U.S. federal conspiracy charges related to the one of the largest ever leaks about the government. You know that. UK will decide whether or not to extradite Assange. Yeah, I'm sure they're really going to be like, I don't know. Yeah, he'll be over here in court soon enough. In response to the allegation by the Justice Department that he conspired with Chelsea Manning to download classified databases, he faces up to 5 years in prison if convicted on the charges of conspiracy to commit computer intrusion, which, if I'm not mistaken, I think might actually be because Manning did 7 years, right?
Manning did a bit.
Manning did a bit, and like it's funny because Assange could be looking at up to 5 years in prison. So I'm wondering, like, what Chelsea Manning's thinking right now.
That kind of makes sense. So Manning actually, like, legit was a person who was cracking into the fucking state files.
Oh yeah, and Manning was not only a U.S. citizen, but a sworn service member. Yeah. And so that was, I mean, I remember when the Snowden leaks came out back, when the debate was going on in 2013, 2014. I went to a Bernie Sanders talk where it was him and I think Lawrence Lessig. I'm not sure, but there was a number of speakers on this panel. And when asked about it, Sanders said, well, I appreciate the value of the releases and all of this. But Snowden did commit a crime and needs to stand for it. And in the same year, I interviewed Birgitta Johnsdottir, who was a co-founder of WikiLeaks with Assange. And I doubt I'll ever get a chance to talk to her again. And it wasn't like I signed any NDAs. I can say that in conversation with her, she did allude to the fact that Assange is, let's just say, very, very difficult person to work with or be around.
So Chelsea Manning, date of arrest was May in 2010, and her sentence was commuted by Obama in January 2017. So 7 years, yeah. A little bit under 7 years.
Yeah. Now, so this is just, naturally, like we all know about this. He's going to court. He's an Australian national dressed in a black suit. So he waved to the public gallery, pleaded not guilty, finding him guilty on the charge. The judge said Assange's behavior was the behavior of a narcissist who cannot get beyond his own selfish interest. From what I know, having spoken to a couple people who were close to him, it doesn't sound altogether incorrect.
He looks like a crazy person when they're bringing him out, though. Holy fuck.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And so I mean, we all know the backstory. Now the funny thing to it too, though, is when because this just keeps going on about that, but when asked about when the Ecuadorian embassy, because they also booted his cat out.
Yeah.
Yeah. They booted what was his name, Mr. Leakers or something, I don't know.
Let's see.
Yeah. President Lenin Moreno seemed annoyed when he announced an end to the 7-year residency of Assange in the embassy. We've ended the asylum of this spoiled brat, but what about his cat?
Michi. Cat was named Michi.
Oh, Michi. Sorry, I thought it was Nietzsche. Yeah, but there's still the matter of paw enforcement. Sorry. Fuck you, NPR.
Yeah.
Fuck you so hard. My God.
Paw enforcement.
Yeah. Now, his social media moniker was Embassy Cat. He had more than 30,000 Twitter followers and 6,000 on Instagram. So all you guys out there counting your social media numbers,
Stop the ass kissing with you.
Stop. The cat beat you. And it's a cute looking cat too, but he got booted out. Now it's funny because
master of counter pervalence.
Fuck you so hard, NPR. But look at this picture here. Look at this next one.
Okay, all right, come on.
That's how Assange destroyed his serious documents in the
That's how the white papers are shredded. They gave them to Michi.
Now, one thing that came up with this, though, too, is that apparently, he grew up to be a very pretty boy. Yeah. But apparently, one of the things that really pissed off the embassy itself, like the people who ran the embassy, was that he didn't really take care of it. He didn't clean up after it. The thing would make a mess. He wouldn't do shit. And apparently, before being hauled out, Assange himself smeared feces all over the walls of the embassy. Probably as a thank you and a reminder saying you will never come into this room and not think of me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it looks It's funny though, because we could say almost that, like, we're some people might think like we're coming into the end of a era with this, but this is just a new chapter. Because if you thought the OJ trial was big, wait until Julian Assange gets shipped off to Gitmo and we're all told by the government they've never heard of such a person.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God. And this is one of the things, and I really do want to point this out. Pay very close attention to all of your favorite media personalities, your favorite reporters, your favorite talking heads out there, maybe the ones that you're not very fond of either. And really, really look at how they report on the whole Julian Assange thing. Pay real fucking close attention to it.
They are flipping more scripts than the Writers Guild right now.
Mm-hmm.
This it's funny, and much in the same way, right? That the right wing, who used to harp endlessly about the value of a free market, free of government intervention, now wants the president to step in and regulations to be put on social media because Alex Jones and Faith Goldie and the like aren't allowed to spray their feces all over the place.
Yeah.
Well, those same people are now calling for regulation, and at the same time, though, you get these like previously anti-corporate leftists, the left that used to be against, this is my old day when we were like fighting the corporate power and all of that shit. Now they are championing the notion of like, oh, it's private business to do what it wants, and at the same time, cheering whenever a massive corporation like Disney is like, the new Star Wars experience is going to have a speed dating queer round. Huh? So, yeah, and when it comes to Assange and the WikiLeaks thing, the same people who 15 years ago, let's say, were giving you this guff when it came to Ashcroft's Patriot Act and, invading your asshole to discover what you had for lunch and if it was halal and maybe you should go to Gitmo then. These fuckers who were saying, oh, if you got nothing to hide, you got nothing to worry about, are now cheering the living fuck out of one of the biggest leakers that came out. Mm-hmm. And then the people on the other side are like, well, he helped Orange Man. Bad news. Like,
that's the thing that about WikiLeaks is they were nonpartisan, man. They did not care who it was.
Yeah. I mean, their interests were about exposing
and the truth,
secrets, which
the truth.
And let's be honest, the reason that we've so many wars throughout history have been unquestioningly celebrated, and when we even look back to wars in our own history, going back to the Revolution, we view it as this steely-eyed, stoic, bold, honorable thing, and we don't acknowledge the ugly realities of this shit. And then thanks to the leaks from Manning and Assange there, like we do know like what a little more about what the true cost ugly shit is.
Yeah, and it's important, but we'll see how this develops. Goose Jackson, thank you very much, buddy, for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. Next up on the news, nerd shit. This thing happened.
I think my version was better personally.
I do too. I genuinely do too. Let me just say I don't really want to spend that much time on this. Not really.
I need to.
But I do have some interesting things to say. I really did not think that I was going to be excited for another Star Wars movie ever again, and I'm still not. But
a little switcheroo there, Jazz.
I know. Yeah, I'm good at those. But it is interesting enough that I am looking forward to watching it. So I'm okay. I'm okay with it. I've decided that it looks interesting enough that I will be more than happy to go and see it.
Yeah. Now it is funny because we have sort of been given the well, we've already, it was, I don't know if it was leaked or just reported, but J.J. Abrams, it was just reported, like, Ryan Johnson straight up told Daddy Abrams there, oh, it's okay if you retcon my shitty movies there, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now we're finding out
Fix
what we
this.
get. Yeah, you could fix it. You could fix it. I mean, I'm still gonna say it's a great film, but yeah, there was, if you want to change some stuff, you can go ahead and do that.
Right.
And yeah, so we're getting a little hint that there's some Palpatine action going on, and and I spent the morning. And you're a fan of this too. I spent the morning and the better part of the afternoon before the show, while I was going over this, thinking to myself, Oh my God, like, all right, so they're retconning the shit out of it. What the fuck is going on? And then it dawned on me. This is J.J. Abrams, the same man who made Lost, that show that had that ending. Yeah? And now J.J. Abrams is going to cap off the Star Wars franchise. That's...
Yeah. I'm really...
They're all dead. They've been dead the whole time.
They've been dead the whole... Yeah. They're actually...
Obi-Wan's ghost gets tired and sits down on a church pew before the corpse of the franchise is laid into the ground.
Tatooine is really the afterlife. Whoa! Look, okay. I've said before in the past, there is only 1.5 good Star Wars movies. And I said that all the way up until... I've said it actually pretty frequently, and I meant it up to a certain point. And that's because the only good, legitimately good Star Wars movie from the first and second trilogies was Empire. And then half of Jedi was also a really great movie. Half of it. The other half was like, So that was my shtick, was between 6 movies, 1.5 good ones. I hated Force Awakens. I hated it. I thought it was absolutely shit. And I thought The Last Jedi was worse. Just awful. Just plain fucking awful. But here's the thing that really, really does bother me about this. Solo was good. Rogue One was good. These are good movies. These are really good fucking movies. They were great.
They were fun.
Yeah.
I mean, they were needless.
Yeah, but I mean...
There was a lot of shit that was wrong with them.
Yeah, but there's a lot of shit that was wrong with all the other ones, and they was so built up, you literally can't do it right. That's the problem with this. Even the prequels were the same fucking way. There was no chance that the prequels were ever going to be good. It would have never fucking happened. Just like this second trilogy is not going to be good. It will never fucking happen. You can't recapture that 25 fucking years later. I'm sorry. No, the charm is gone. It'll never be the same. So when they do things that are different, I think they're good.
Well, did you ever watch the series like Rebels or Clone Wars?
Those are great.
Those were great. Those were like good tellings of the stories that worked out.
Cartoons.
Yeah, and they weren't trying. I mean, for my part, I think the only part of Solo I genuinely enjoyed was when that fucking robot got killed.
Oh, yeah. I mean, see, the thing is, that robot irritated me, except the fact that she did in fact die, and then I was like, yeah, no, it was worth it then. Mm-hmm. That was pretty great.
But I mean, even those. I mean, so like, and I've heard it said, and I think it's true, especially with Rogue One. If Rogue One was a standalone science fiction film not in the Star Wars universe, it would have been fucking phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was one of these things but there's no tension to either of those films because the good guys win. In Solo, he survives, grows up to be Kyle,
right,
boy's daddy. And they were fun, and they were better than episodes 7 and 8 by far.
I'll be honest with you.
The funny thing with the trailer, to be honest, though, is watching it, even though I'm very, very much anticipating it to be a shit movie, another shit movie.
Sure.
Part of me was still kind of excited watching the trailer. I don't know why. I was like, I want to see this.
I got excited too. Yeah, it was interesting. Like the things that they chose to show looked interesting. It made me want to see more. I will put it this way. Probably one of the reasons why I liked Rogue One and Solo so much was because it had nothing to do with the story. Because it had nothing to do with fucking Jedi. It didn't have anything to do with any of it. It was all about the world and the universe. For a long time, people are like, I thought you hated Star Wars. I'm like, no, I love Star Wars. I am a massive Star Wars fan. I hate the movies. That's the problem. The problem with Star Wars is the movies.
And just
most of the movies are bad.
Give me the video games. Give me the late 90s RPGs.
Video games, the fucking expanded universe fucking novels. We're talking the fucking shit by what's his name? Timothy Zahn.
And that was the thing though too, is
Grand
because
Admiral
like,
Thrawn. Where in the fuck is Grand Admiral Thrawn? Why don't we have a movie where we get to fucking meet Grand Admiral Thrawn? You guys think the Emperor is a badass? You think Vader's a badass? You've never even met Admiral Thrawn. Admiral Thrawn is one of the most badass fucking villains in all of sci-fi fucking history. Fuck you! Fuck you, you Star Wars nerds! You don't know who the fuck that is?
And let's not forget who he was voiced by in Rebels. None other than the older brother of our boy Mads Mikkelsen. Yeah. But I mean, I have heard. I was told actually, Sean Cron today was telling me how he's heard that there are plans for a Thrawn series.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
But
cool.
I mean, well, that was the thing though, is like before there was any thought of there being more movies, right? When the books were all coming out, the sorts of legends and stories which came out to follow what happened after Return of the Jedi were good.
I'll be honest with you.
Proper universe building. It wasn't pandering bullshit. It was true to the characters in certain parts, true to the story certain parts. And and it's like anything else. I mean, Disney's got their hands on just about everything. 10 years from now, Disney will be your omnibus entertainment company. Everything you get, including probably YouTube Saints at that point, will be owned by Disney. By the way, Disney, if you're watching, happily take your money.
We will sell cheap. Super cheap. No, it's fucking Matt's like, you both sound like cynical cunts who cannot admit that you actually enjoy something. I do enjoy something. I'm probably a bigger Star Wars fan than you. I'm probably a bigger Star Wars fan than you. I probably read more books than you, played more goddamn video games than you. Yes, I am a fucking massive Star Wars nerd. Massive. And the new movies, the episode 7 and episode 8 are shit. They're shit. The prequels are shit. They're all shit. They're crap. They're crappy movies. They're piles of shit.
For my part, 7 and 8, right, were movies that when I
Disney Princess. What the fuck? Yes.
Yeah. Well, first time I saw 7 and 8,
yeah,
like I found I enjoyed watching them, right?
Yeah.
But I discovered that those are movies that get bad the moment you start thinking about them at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when I went to go see, I mean, it's a good example too. Like I went to go see Force Awakens in theaters. I left it and I'm like, yeah, that was fun. That's cool. And I went the same thing when I went to go see The Last Jedi. I'm like, yeah, that was fun. That was cool. And then I sat there and just kind of absorbed it over the span of a couple of days. I'm like,
I'm kind of retarded.
It was still fun, but that was bad.
It's not like
oh, and then it really hits you. Like the drugs finally kicked in. You're like, wow, I am high at how bad that movie was.
And then you watch it a second time with those thoughts in your head, and then you notice more that's wrong.
There's one thing that makes actually The Last Jedi completely and utterly irredeemable. One thing. There's one thing. Like all the rest of it I could probably just like ignore and be like, all right, well, it's just a crappy movie, but whatever, it's all right. It's not shit. But the bombs that drop in space because there's so much gravity in space. Anyway, I don't want to fucking keep talking about this.
Well, let's actually transition that. Let's kick off into the next thing, because if you guys think like grown men being this upset about Star Wars is ridiculous, wait until you see what's happening in Mississippi.
I'll be honest with you.
Okay, and then we'll do this one real fast because we're running out of time anyway, and then we'll catch up with the super chats. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
It's all you. You'd have this one.
Mississippi community. I'm so glad you let me have this one. Mississippi community left confused after bowls of mashed potatoes mysteriously keep appearing. I don't know why. It's a mashed Mississippi mystery. Oh, Nick, fuck you. Jackson residents are mystified after bowls of mashed potatoes suddenly appeared on their cars, porches, and mailboxes. Jordan Lewis describes the Bellhaven neighborhood as a quirky one, with residents decorating road signs and putting Christmas trees in potholes. But the probe into the puzzling potato problem is not even new for them.
Not bad. That wasn't bad.
That's good.
That's pretty good.
Lewis told WLBT-TV she spotted her first bowl of mashed potatoes on her car's windshield. I walked outside yesterday morning at 7 a.m., and I got in my car, and that's when I noticed a white bowl on my windshield. It was full of rainwater. I threw it away, and I was grossed out by it, she said. I just thought there was some harmless prank by some kids or college students in the area. Mikola Lynn said she found a bowl of mashed potatoes on her mailbox. She said some of the potato finders have connections to Belhaven University, a local private Christian university, which may be a clue. So far, I have realized some of the victims of the mashed potatoes are actually staff or Belhaven students or alumni. I feel like there has to be a connection there. However, Sebastian Bjernegard said some students fear there's a more sinister message behind the potatoes. Some people were thinking maybe the mashed potatoes are poisoned to kill animals, he told WJTV, noting he almost stepped into a bowl of potatoes Tuesday. I didn't taste it. I have a 3-second rule, so I didn't touch it. But some people were worried. It's not immediately clear if anyone has eaten the potatoes. News outlets reported residents have not alerted law enforcement. I am so glad you had me read
if you
that.
would eat those mashed potatoes.
Smash what in the chat?
Smash 1 in the chat if you would eat those mashed potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Do we get pictures of the... No, that's all about
I didn't find any, no. I mean, it shouldn't be hard to find a picture of a bowl of mashed potatoes, and if you need one to imagine what that would look like, well...
That's a bullshit, man.
Yeah.
I'll get to Larry's in just a second. Addy Monster says the only good Star Wars is the one where they go back to see the whales. Yeah. Crab90 says, do you think Lando will die in the next movie? Will the writers be accused of racism if they do? Yes and yes. Anime Moon, HK47 is the best Star Wars droid because he knows what love is. No one can deny this. He's a murderous droid. Yami says, Jeff can finally be the unicorn princess he's always wanted. Hashtag thanks Disney. Watch, he's the next Disney princess. Yeah. Princessed. Incest. Larry Kubiak says, I'm officially out of funny, semi-obscure shit, so here's a classic that's kind of funny. It's Russian, so it won't get claimed because it's meant for the workers of the world, and Mouth won't lose his shit. Much love. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see
Yeah,
what the
watch,
fuck-
we're going to end up in the Mueller report, like, somehow.
Maybe. Oh my god. Fucking, I can't believe I am really actually pretty determined to watch Food Fight. I think it's going to be great.
I'm just hung up on the notion, though, because that was reported by Fox News. How long till Vox does calling mashed potatoes like a white supremacy thing?
Oh, don't tempt him. Come on.
Почка колбасит соло, колбасер по пояс голый.
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, my God.
Колбасер по пояс голый. Почка колбасит соло.
Okay, here's the thing, though. Somewhere on YouTube, somebody edited this with, like, Sargon's head and Baron's head.
Yeah, I've seen that horse shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. I don't know if I'm in it. I don't think I'm in it. I think Crout and T is in it.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, I almost want to try and find it. Oh my god.
Someone in the chat will.
What's that?
I'm sure someone in the chat will.
It's
By the way,
gotta-
that was a lot of ones, so I'm glad you guys are all bold enough to eat mashed potatoes that you find in your mailbox.
Yeah. It might have been like skeptic rap, skeptic
Was
dance,
that the ass kissing
anti-SGW
with
dance,
I
anti-feminine
remember.
dance, something like that. If somebody could find that, I will fucking lose my shit laughing. Like I wanna watch it for the fucking cringe, man.
Колбасит соло. Почка колбасит соло. Почка колбасит соло, колбасер по пояс голый. Почка колбасит соло, почка колбасит соло, почка колбасит соло, колбасер по пояс голый. Почка колбасит соло, почка колбасит соло, почка колбасит соло, колбасер по пояс голый. Почка.
So much fucking Adidas, dude.
Right.
There is so much fucking Adidas going on.
It's kind of Russia really continually strikes me as like the hold my beer kind of land, because like you see footage of what an average Friday night in London looks like. And you're like, yes, but have you seen Tuesday morning in Moscow?
Бочка. Бочка. Колбасер.
Oh, dude, silent.
Бочка. Колбасер. Колбасер. Голый. Колбасер. Бочка. Колбасер. Бочка. Колбасер. Бочка. Колбасер. Голый. Колбасер. Бочка.
I swear to Christ, that last guy, he stole that chain from the swing set.
Oh God.
Russian tuxedo. Yes.
I really want to find this. Oh my God. Oh God.
I just love though. I love that Slavs and Adidas proved that if you wear a full Adidas jumpsuit with the running shoes and when you squat, all the lines line up.
Yeah. What's up?
Япта, пушта зимой бен, сука.
Голый, колбасер, бочка пас, колбасер, бочка пас, колбасер, бочка пас, колбасер, голый, колбасер, бочка пас, колбасер, бочка пас, колбасер, голый, колбасер, бочка пас, колбасер, бочка пас, колбасер, бочка пас, колбасер, голый, колбасер, бочка пас, колбасер, бочка пас, колбасер, бочка пас, колбасер, голый, колбасер, бочка пас, колбасер, бочка пас, колбасер, бочка пас, колбасер, голый, колбасер, бочка пас, колбасер, бочка пас, колбасер, бочка пас, колбасер, голый.
I am high as a crocodile in the fumes from the burning tire.
What? Police show up. What are you doing here? We're making Fallout 4 movie.
Голый. А мне мама говорила, колбасеры это сила.
My goodness, Ice Poseidon is looking very rough these days.
Oh my God.
That's
Fuck yeah.
I just remember back in high school, I had one of my best friends was like a Russian immigrant. He was the guy who used to roll around in the Iraq Sea with capsules, ginseng capsules stuffed with miscellaneous crushed up pharmaceuticals that he called his own homemade ecstasy. Yeah. Well, I'm getting a ride, before we could drive. I'm getting a ride along with, I'm riding with him. His mom's doing the driving. She's like, Stas, why don't you teach Nick some Russian? And he's like, oh, okay. Yup, the suka is fuck you, bitch. I'm like, huh? She's like, Stanislav, okay, now, pushtazi moi ben is suck my dick. She started fucking beating him while she was driving, just like, poof, 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 stop it, Stas. I love my Russian heritage.
That was good, though. That was good.
You ready for this, though?
One connect says, if I knew it was that kind of party, I'd have stick my dick in the mashed potatoes. If I knew it was going to be that kind of affair, I would have inserted my genitalia into the whipped potatoes. Addie Monster says, I'm poor and I will literally eat the gum under a 24-hour diner table right now. And also says, the Adidas tracksuit is a callback to the Olympics forever ago when Russians actually earned legit medals. They all wore Adidas, and it became a symbol of pride and memories of the good times and positivity for Russian society. And now they just wear it while their country crumbles and rots beneath them. Okay. So next is, this, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You knew it was coming.
Oh, yeah. I've been waiting for it.
In congressional hearings, the minority party gets to select its own witnesses. And of all the people that Republicans could have selected, they picked Candace Owens.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your cringe of the week.
I don't know Miss Owens. I'm not going to characterize her. I'm going to let her own words do the talking. So I'm going to play for you the first 30 seconds.
In lieu, oh, I get,
of a statement she made about Adolf Hitler.
I agree. I actually don't have any problems at all with the word nationalism. I think that it gets, the definition gets poisoned by leaders that actually want globalism. Globalism is what I don't want. So when you think about, whenever we say nationalism, the first thing people think about, at least in America, is Hitler. He was a National Socialist. But if Hitler just wanted to make...
You see that man behind her being like, you fucked up, right? You fucked up. This is you saying this. I know you said it. I heard it before. They're playing this now in C-SPAN. You fucked up.
Germany great and have things run well. Okay, fine. Problem is that he had dreams outside of Germany. He wanted to globalize. He wanted everybody to be German, everybody to be speaking German.
All right, so my first question is to Ms. Hershinoff. Ms. Owens said, quote,
it's important that we clarify, too, lest Dave Rubin suddenly shit himself over us doing this. We will let her defend her stroke and genius here in the show.
Sure. Oh, by all means, if Candace Owens ever wants to come on the show, I would be more than happy to have her as a guest.
Oh, yeah, well, everyone was complaining because, like, the clip that got played was him playing her own words back at her. And then because no one bothered to promote or share or emphasize her rather piddling and pathetic defense of her dumb shit, well, then clearly it's fake news.
Did you send me the link to her response?
I'm pretty sure it comes up next.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Okay.
Feed into white nationalist ideology?
It does, Mr. Liu. I know that Ms. Owens distanced herself from those comments later, but we expressed great concern over the original comments.
Would you like time to respond to that?
Yes, I think it's pretty apparent that Mr. Liu believes that black people are stupid and will not pursue the full clip in its entirety. He purposely presented an extract.
Damn it. Oh, my God. Fucking.
Oh, I thought that was.
I got so fucking excited there. Like. No, stop it. Jesus fucking Christ.
I thought that was on purpose.
No, it was definitely not on
congressional
purpose. I fucked that up so bad. I'm sorry. Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Believes that black people are stupid. Yeah, didn't say that, bitch. Didn't say it. Did not fucking say that.
Black people are stupid and will not pursue the full clip in its entirety. He purposely presented an extracted clip.
The witness will suspend for a moment.
But I just needed to
It is not proper to refer disparagingly or to a member of the committee. The witness will not do that again. Witness may continue.
Sure, even though I was called despicable.
You are. You are a fundamentally despicable opportunist who, prior to this, tried to start a doxing website, and everyone conveniently forgot about that when you began owning the libs.
She's mad because she thinks there's no actual context that was added to it that was going to make it better. If you add the context in, and she's about to, it makes it worse. This is brilliant. This is amazing. Listen to this shit.
Witness may not refer to a member of the committee as stupid.
I didn't refer to him as stupid. That's not what I said. That's not what I said at all.
Whatever. Anyway.
You didn't listen to what I said.
Oh.
May I continue?
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck.
As I said, he is assuming that black people will not go pursue the full 2-hour clip. And he purposefully he cut off, and you didn't hear the question that was asked of me. He's trying to present as if I was launching a defense of Hitler in Germany, when in fact, the question that was asked of me was pertaining to whether or not I believed that whether or not I believed in nationalism, and that nationalism was bad. And what I responded to was that I do not believe that we should be characterizing Hitler as a nationalist.
Her defense in this is, no, you don't understand. We were talking about something else. I brought up Hitler.
It's a thing, too. If you wanted to defend nationalism, you could go to Winston Churchill. Easily.
Yeah.
You could go to any U.S. president.
You could go to fucking literally anybody but Hitler. The kid who asked her the question, he didn't bring up Hitler. The other people on the stage, they didn't bring up Hitler. Nobody brought up Hitler. Except her.
It's a curious sort of defense when you think about it, too. It's the sort of thing we used to mock and deride endlessly just a few years ago, because anytime you'd hold a feminist accountable for her dumbass speech, she'd say, oh, you just hate women. And so what is it? Our dear friend, social autopsy. I'm sorry, red pill black. I'm sorry, Prager. Fuck, I'm getting lost here. Mm-hmm. What was it she defended? Oh, you think black people are stupid? Oh, yes. No, we're all fighting the good fight against identity politics these days, aren't we?
We sure are. We sure are, buddy.
He was a homicidal, psychopathic maniac that killed his own people. A nationalist would not kill their own people. That is exactly what I was referring to in the clip, and he purposely wanted to give you a cut-up similar to what they do to Donald Trump to create a different narrative. That was unbelievably dishonest, and he did not allow me to respond to it, which is worrisome and should tell you a lot about where people are today in terms of
She's just like Donald Trump, okay.
trying to drum up narratives. By the way, I would like to also add that I work for Prager University, which is run by an Orthodox Jew, not a single Democrat.
I can't be racist. I have a black friend.
I have a Jew boss.
I can't
like Hitler.
I can't like Hitler. My boss who pays me is a Jew. Granted, I hope to someday throw him into a gas chamber, but that's beside the point. Listen, okay? No, it gets better.
Showed up to the embassy opening in Jerusalem. I sat on a plane for 18 hours to make sure that I was there. I'm deeply offended by the insinuation of revealing that clip without the question that was asked of me.
Listen, just because I, in the middle of a talk that had nothing to do with Hitler, brought up Hitler on my own, does not mean I am, in fact, a Hitler lover or a neo-Nazi. In fact, I work for a fucking dirty Jew, and I went to fucking Israel. So how fucking dare you try and insinuate that I have anything to do with Hitler?
I mean, let's at least be fair in that. No, I have no doubt Candace Owens is well aware and of what an absolute monster Hitler was, and I don't think she believes he was a good guy.
No, I don't think she does either.
I think she is just fundamentally stupid
and
should not be in the public eye. And if you believe that a person like this is the kind of person you want speaking on behalf of your political leanings or ideology, you too may be suffering from a form of fundamental stupidity.
Right. Oh no, absolutely. Somebody said she was making a point that nationalism has become a dirty word. Synonymous with Nazism, I don't agree. Maybe in like the most inane, stupid corners of the internet and far lefty politics, but the vast majority of people on the internet and in the modern world do not think that nationalism is the same thing as Nazism. No, they don't.
Well, here's the fun thing too. The promo I did for Wednesday. Now you'd need to speak German or find the original clip to know it, but I actually found a very specific clip from a Hitler speech, which I replaced her audio with for the point of the joke. But the deeper point to the joke, however, though, was that Candace Owens will probably be one of the first people when it becomes a fashionable line on Twitter to say something to the effect of, "Oh, Hitler was a socialist. It's in the name, National Socialism." Except curiously, in the clip which I replaced her audio with, that is Hitler legitimately saying they will misrepresent or mistake me as a Marxist politician, as a member of, and then he goes on to list a series of socialist parties that he stands in firm opposition against. Yes. To say Hitler is emblematic of nationalism, yes, it's a dumb thing. It's just as dumb to say that he was a socialist. There are plenty of dogshit socialist dictators you can look to.
It's dumb to say that he's a globalist. Globalists are not of the mind that they're going to have their one country dominate the entire world. That's not what globalism is. Globalism is breaking down barriers between countries. Hitler wanted everything to be Germany. There's not much more nationalist than you can really get than that. I want my country to be so powerful and on its own and have such national pride that the whole world is my country. That's not globalist. That's the most inane, stupid, batshit, moronic fucking take on globalism I've ever heard in my fucking life. In short, the real problem here is not with the definitions. The real problem here is not with any kind of gotchas. Nobody gotcha'd Candace.
You got yourself.
She got herself. Candace fucked herself over.
I'm kind of retarded.
The Candace's biggest enemy is herself because she is literally a stupid human being. She's a stupid fucking human being. Dumber than a shithouse rat, high as fuck on meth, trying to gnaw its own legs off. Like, she is a fucking idiot.
Let's not misrepresent her, though. Let's let her misrepresent herself some more.
Oh, the clip's over.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. That's it.
Well, I hope you're fucking happy, Dave Rubin, from your kennel in the corner of Jordan Peterson's living room. I hope you know that we allowed her to make her piddling and pathetic defense for her utter stupidity as public as her stupidity was in the first place.
Can I just say, it looks like somebody tried to do her hair with a blowtorch.
That's actually a thing, and that was a thing in DC for a while.
No, I know,
Like,
I know it was,
Yeah,
but like she looks fucking crispy fried. Like her hair is fucked.
Well, this
fucked.
is here's the other funny thing though that I find, because I actually had a conversation with a very, very progressive, now former friend of mine, but that was a personal falling out, when we were discussing David Hogg, right? Everyone's favorite underage punching bag. And with that, oh hey Larry,
I'm kind of retarded.
And Jeff's is surprised. Well, let me just make this point though. Real
Go
quick,
ahead. Keep going.
Well, part of the problem with when you look at David Hogg, he is a very, very young. He's a child. He's a young man, and he has been sucked up into much the same sort of machine that Candace Owens has willingly thrown herself into.
100%.
And the thing is like David Hogg will be cracking soon, and in his defense, like he was swept up in it, and he's a genuine believer in what he says. Candace Owens is an opportunistic liar. She is a shill and a charlatan, and I will not hear any piddling defenses of her made otherwise. But that same constant attention, as much money as it's going to make her, you watch this sad hag will grow older quicker than you can imagine, and it's going to be quite a thing to watch her inevitable downfall as a result of that.
Probably, yeah. Addy Monster says the Adidas Gopnik thing is actually kind of sad. Adidas has openly stated they despise Gopnik culture, and this hurts their brand. So the one positive thing the Russians can claim for their past is disowned by the brand they love so much. That is really sad. Not gonna lie, I'm not even paying attention. I'm just spanking it to her wide-set Neanderthal eyes. I know I'm confused too. Oh my god. Dude. No, I mean, she does... Candace Owens has the same problem as Brittany Venti. Their eyes look like they're trying to escape their face because they can't stand this dumb bitch.
Well, they do sort of look like sci-fi original villains. I'll give you that.
They do. They look like a Farscape villain.
But in fairness, though, too, I mean, there is no genuine point in actually mocking her appearance, because a blind individual could tell that she is an utterly repugnant individual simply by the shit that she says.
Sure.
Let's focus on what matters. Candace Owens is a moron.
She's a moron. I used to think that she was really hot, but I don't know. Like, getting pumped full of conserva juice to this point.
Well, if the Bud Light's any indication, Jeff, I have very low standards.
True.
Yeah.
True. Addy Monster says, I like that her top has a super low-cut neckline and still no cleavage. Let the transvestigation begin. Oh, fuck me. Henry Dorset, I'm German. I can translate and explain the deeper meaning for everything you want me to. If we need to, I mean. But Larry Kubiak says, backed by popular demand of one. Here is more hard bass to forget that dumb leprechaun. Also, Stalin didn't do nothing. I'll be giving my TED Talk tomorrow. Link to my Patreon below.
TEDx Talk, Larry. TEDx.
TEDx, yeah. TEDx. Here we go.
Я еду на Харбас, если ты не знал. Наркотик не класс. Я еду на Харбас, если ты не знал. Наркотик не класс. Я еду на Харбас, если ты не знал. Наркотик не класс. Я еду на Харбас, если ты не знал. Вы слушаете школу танцев Хардбаса.
We need to get Mario. We need to go do some fucking like club drugs and some fucking horrors dancing this shit.
I just wish I still had my bear hat.
You need a bear hat.
Yes, like real run. I get high on things in my kitchen cabinet. And red drugs.
What was that?
I said, I get high on things beneath my kitchen cabinets. Ajax is both Greek god and great drugs.
God damn, dude. Good damn. What the fuck is that?
Like special training.
Okay, hear you when it's playing. What?
No, sorry, I was saying this is the tail end of Spetsnaz training.
Oh, dude, yeah. You gotta dance to hard bass for 15 hours straight.
Наркотик не класс, я еду на Харбас. Если ты не знал, наркотик не класс, я еду на Харбас. Если ты не знал, наркотик не класс, я еду на Харбас. Если ты не знал, наркотик не класс, я еду на Харбас. Если ты не знал, наркотик не класс, я еду на Харбас.
I don't know how they fucking do this, dude.
That's
like,
the thing.
I can squat pretty good, you know, but like, fuck, man. And some of the shit that they do is just. What's that?
That's martial arts right there. I mean, here's the thing. There's a lot of shit to laugh about, a lot of shit that you could talk about, Russian culture, whatever you like. But I dare you to find a national sort of folk dance style that is more badass than this Jet Li shit we're seeing right here.
Yeah, true. Nice. All right. So, last but not least, we got a special little something. Okay.
Yes, before we get into this, I would actually just like to take a moment to address a very special person out in perhaps the audience.
Oh, okay.
Charlize Theron has recently said that no one has the balls to ask her out. I would like to make a public invitation. Come over. I will sacrifice a chicken carbonara to you. I will make sushi. Come on round, Charlize Theron. I'm not entirely unreasonably unattractive, man. And also, if there's one thing that the media types love, it's a Hollywood starlet going out with a drunk failed writer. Come on.
She's in a movie with Seth Rogen about that.
Exactly. See, but she also said that. Well, she's single and ready to date, and she's been complaining. And I can understand this too, because honestly, like, you need to have a phenomenal sense of self in order to see Charlize Theron and say, I could date her. Yeah. Let's go, Charlize Theron.
You gotta have some fucking stones. You gotta have some fucking stones.
You want to go down to Papa Gino's? They got a special 2-for-1 cheesesteaks. It's pretty good. You can get it toasted. Although we'll go Dutch because YouTube,
Yeah. All right. So Kat says, "Here's 5 bones now. Here's 5 bones. Now, will one of you do a true Slav squat?" Gotta get your heels down, though, man.
Chair.
Heels down. Oh shit.
Yeah, my hip does not like this because I am old American.
Okay. All right. I'm down, man.
True Slav squat. I am carnal with many women's.
Sika blat. Sika. All right. So our last little bit we're gonna do for the night.
I will sit here through this because someone asked.
Meet Katie Bauman, the scientist behind the first black hole image. What most people do not understand, we get the very first picture of a black hole, Chicky Bricky, very fantastic. But it was done by young woman, not quite captured in wedding sack.
Despite this ability of having no Y chromosome, she able to make picture of black hole.
Stop the ass kissing with you.
This is very true. Young woman, very brilliant, very great success. Good for her. So
yeah, and
she's how old? 29 years old.
29 years old. And here's the thing too is like I saw a meme early today, but there has been some like really shitty misrepresentation in a sense.
Yeah.
Only in that like they call her a young woman. She's an assistant professor already.
Yeah.
And she led this team to create this thing. And fucking Katie, Pinky's the fuck up to Katie.
Pinky's up to Katie. To Katie Bauman.
Monumental thing. Especially when you find out how big that image is. like our solar system fits into what would effectively be like half a centimeter in that image that you're seeing right now.
Yeah. It's the diameter of that black hole's event horizon is twice the diameter of our entire solar system. Fucking nutty, dude. Absolutely nutty. Somebody said Adam Driver did not transition well. You know what? This woman is brilliant, and that makes her sexier than you will ever be, Bar. So you can just kiss my ass.
I'll be honest with you.
And his beautiful feminine
I'm kind of
penis.
retarded.
Wow.
Or you know what? Kiss that galactic butthole. How about that?
Yeah. Why
I
don't
love
why
that.
don't you do that?
We get an image of a black hole for the first time, and this is like I comment about this from time to time. The notion of space travel and exploration is so mundane to people now that you can watch live spacewalks and nobody gives a shit. And what's the first thing everyone does when this picture comes out? They're like, "Hey, I'm gonna make it look like a cat's butthole."
Yeah. Well, I mean that's life though. Henry Dorset says, "Cheeky breaky secret black." Yami says, "Did you see the black hole meme I sent on Discord?" Maybe. Oh, it's it looks like an Iosauron thing. Yeah, no, I know. Okay.
Classic.
Yeah. Synonymous says, "Is it possible we could get an Alex Jones versus Alex Jones argument about whether or not brain force causes testicular shrinkage?" I don't know, man. Me personally, I don't do that kind of thing, but
I do.
He does.
Stop the ass kissing with you.
He does.
Also, if you want to find that kind of thing, just go on over to brainforcesideeffects.com.
That's right. Brainforcesideeffects.com, where you too can understand the true side effects of brain force.
I'm going to be honest with you.
In t-shirt form.
I'm kind of retarded.
Andy Monster sent us a bunch of Russian that I am not going to translate. I'm not going to do it. Am I?
It's
no, I can't do
dangerous.
it. I can't. It's not going to let me fucking do it.
But before we go, though, we would just like to remind you that at the end of August, we will be at the Mythicist, New Jersey shindig. And if you go over to their site, which we'll link down below, you will, if you go and use coupon code coupon
Philly
code
D.
Go and use coupon code SAINTS, and you will save 10% on that ticket, and you can come and be part of what will be the first, live Saints event where the both of us are there, and plenty of you will be there too in 2019.
In 2019. And you will probably have sex with one of us. So
Probably.
Yes. Whatever. It's fine.
Or someone who looks vaguely like one of us.
I usually travel with at least 2 stunt cocks, so you know.
Yeah, it is. It basically Jeff is Princess Amidala normally anyway.
Oh, dude, no, I know. Yeah, no, it's pretty much exactly right. But we've been your YouTube Saints. We've had a really good time tonight. I've had a good time tonight. What did we learn? What did we learn this week?
Well, I would say that we learned that for one thing, the only reason Catholic priests fuck kids is because of raunchy movies.
Yep.
Yep.
And the homosexual agenda.
Yeah, we learned that Julian Assange's cat handles its own feces better than Julian Assange does. We learned that Mississippi mashed potatoes are so good you just can't help but share them.
We learned the true love of Russian hard bass music.
True. And
also that
we learned
Candace's eyes are trying to escape her face.
Yeah, and we also learned that that Candace Owens will only make defenses of Hitler when in her safe space and being fed her lines directly from Dennis Prager.
Yep, pretty much. That's pretty much right. Anyway, we've been your YouTube Saints. We'll see you on Wednesday for midweek over on Twitch.
Go watch SideQuest now.
Go watch SideQuest. SideQuest is just started, so go watch SideQuest. We love you guys. Anyone that says it means I'm an idiot is pronounced ja idiot. I know.
Yeah,
anyway, we'll see you next week. We love you guys. Bye-bye.
This stuff breaks you.
Oh, no. Oh, I forgot.
You don't get caught up in this garbage. Trust me.
I want to
Run,
translate this into
kids,
Russian.
Run from this, because this is what happens.
This is what happens when you watch The Saints.
Just emptiness and brokenness and being lost.
There's nothing but emptiness and drunkenness when you watch The Saints, bitch. Oh, God.
Yeah, that's my best Russian. Fortunately, no one in Russia is allowed to watch our show thanks to Putin, so I didn't offend nobody.
Good night, everybody.